With a limited amount of resources in Marvel Strike Force, a lot of maximizing the game involves picking and choosing the right teams and characters to build. Some of these characters have very limited uses in the game, while others are so good you can plug them into a variety of teams and they'll still dominate. And that's what we're revealing in this video, guys. The most versatile plug-and-play characters for Marvel Strike Force for April of 2023. So if you're all set to see which characters you can invest your resources in confidently, and you know what to do, Valley Club, find that like button. And let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Marvel Strike Force fans. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we are counting down the top 10 most versatile, aka the best plug-and-play characters in all of Marvel Strike Force. You could use these characters on whatever team and they will still give you a lot of value. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, we do lists like this to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. We also have question and answer videos, news videos, everything that you need to help you get to your commander level all the way up to level 95 as soon as possible and could dominate your competition. But before we get into this list, I do want to talk about another game that I'm playing called Marvel Snap. Now, Marvel Snap sponsored this morning's stream, so I wanted to introduce you to this game in case you haven't already checked it out. I've already been covering this on my second channel, Valley Snap, since global launch, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it because it's a super fast-paced card collector game that features some of your favorite Marvel heroes and villains, and it just won the Game Awards Best Mobile Game of the Year. The gameplay, always exciting, and if you want to check it out for yourself, make sure you use the sponsored link in the description or scan that QR code to download and experience the game on your mobile device. And if enough players download the game and we can reach our sponsored goals, we'll be giving back some of that sponsored money back to you, Valley Club. So use the link in the description or scan that QR code, and you can play some Marvel Snap. We can play some Marvel Snap together. And if you want to get more great Marvel Snap content, make sure you check out the Valley Snap channel. So if you're looking for a game with a little different flavor that still features some of your favorite Marvel characters, well, make sure you check out Marvel Snap. Very, very fun game. And like I said, if we hit some of these sponsor goals, we're going to be giving some of that money back to you guys. So check it out. Very, very fun game to play. Well, let's get back to Marvel Strike Force so we can start this countdown for the most versatile characters in the game. Now, I did want to list these characters that you're not going to use them on their primary team in more than one game mode. So teams like the Horsemen, where you're probably using them on their Horseman team in multiple game modes, they're not going to be listed, even though they're probably some of the best, most versatile characters in the game. So Red Hulk, Rogue, Morgan Le Fay, Archangel, all used on hybrid teams in Arena. But for most other game modes, you're probably using them on their main team. The Gamma team, you're using them mainly together. Same thing with the Unlimited X-Men, the Darkhold, and the Death Seed team. So they are not listed on this list, but they are great plug-and-play characters. If you don't have, if you are building them, you can feel confident in building those Horseman characters as well. But let's talk about some other characters. Let's start with this countdown of these other characters that are great in off of their primary team. Now they may be used in a primary team in one game mode, but if you're not on their primary team in more than one game mode, they are eligible for this list. So with that, I know that's a lengthy explanation, but let's get to this list. So the first character that we're talking about today is Quicksilver. Now this is not necessarily the worst character, but it's just the lowest powered character on my roster that's on this list. I actually have Quicksilver coming in at the number 7 spot, and he was designed to be a plug and play character. So he wasn't designed to fit on a specific team, fitting a role. He was designed to have multiple uses and work in multiple game modes on multiple teams. Now, don't really see him working in the raids, especially once these incursion raids come out. If you are missing some mystic characters, I guess you could use them in there, but we have a lot of other mystic characters, so I don't see him being used in the raids very much. Hard to test him in Arena right now because he is a stat-based character. And with low stars, with low red stars, low gold stars on his character, hard to get a good test in Arena. And the way the test server is set up, it's hard to get any gameplay with Quicksilver in Arena. But it should be very, very good in Cosmic Crucible, fitting into multiple teams. Same thing in War. I think those are going to be the best places for him. Maybe in Arena once players get more stars on him and build them up. But as of now, Crucible, War, very, very versatile, and someone's a nice Scarlet Witch, which I think is a very good nod to the lore of this character and also makes him a lot stronger. So Quicksilver coming in the number 7 spot. And next character that we want to talk about is Apocalypse, another character that is plug and play. And we're talking about him second because, of course, it's a newer character and it's a baby Apocalypse, so he's not built up to the level of some of these other characters, but is one of the best characters in the game. I have him in the number 2 spot for this versatility list. And what makes him so good? Well, he's dominated in Arena right now. Weaver doesn't really work against Apocalypse because he gives his allies a lot of extra accuracy. If you get a daddy door Apocalypse, gonna be even stronger because of the kit changes that he has once he's fully built up. But Apocalypse dominant in Arena right now, probably not gonna be too dominant in the raids, but is necessary in my opinion in Cosmic Crucible. Also is a very good character in War. I don't know if he's necessary in War, but is a very good character in War. So dominating a bunch of modes, not really having a set team. He has some synergy obviously with the Horseman. He has some synergy with villain characters, some mutant characters, some tech characters, a lot of synergy. So he's a great plug and play character that can be used in a lot of teams. And if you want to start dominating Arena, you're gonna need to unlock Apocalypse. So very, very good character. Moving on to the next character is Emma Frost. Now, Emma Frost did lose a little bit of value with Apocalypse. Apocalypse kit kind of counters Emma Frost, but when you're not countering a Apocalypse team, basically you could just do a mirror match, replacing the weakest member of whatever team you're going against, and that passive of Emma Frost is going to reduce the enemy speed permanently. So she's always going to be a very good plug and play character. I actually have her at a number 10 spot on this list, but still very, very good, because unless the newer character or a newer team has a passive like Apocalypse that negates any speed bar reduction from characters, well, she's always going to have a role in Marvel Strike Force, because any new dominant team, you're going to be able to replace one of those members, and Emma Frost is going to allow you to go first. So always going to be a strong plug and play character, unless they continually release characters with that Apocalypse passive. But Emma Frost, worth mentioning, worth building. And if you don't have her built already, she has a lot of use in multiple game modes, primarily going to be in Cosmic Crucible and primarily in the raids, but Cosmic Crucible and War. But if you don't have Apocalypse in your Arena shard, well, she still is going to have some value in your Arena match if you don't have Apocalypse in those battles there. So Emma Frost, very good character. Next character on this list is Nick Fury. Now, this is for outside of the raids, because obviously in the raids, you want to use him on an invader team when these incursion raids come out. You could use him on a hybrid team with kind of some invaders, some secret avengers in the current Doom raids. But Nick Fury outside of the raids is a great plug and play character. Can fit on many, many teams in Crucible, many teams in the War, and is in one of my primary attack teams in Arena right now. So it features Apocalypse, Red Hulk, Morgan Le Fay, and Rogue. And that 5th spot gets rotated with a few different characters. Nick Fury is one of those characters. We have the other 2 characters on this list that we are going to talk about, so I won't mention them yet. But Nick Fury is in that spot, and it depends on who we're trying to, what defense we're trying to face, what the placement is. But since he got his rework and his summons got a lot stronger, he's a great character. And if you're not using him, particularly on an invader team, he is a great plug and play character. Moving on with this list is Kang the Conqueror. Now, we mentioned Arena, and this is where Kang fits in. Sometimes I find it more beneficial to use Nick Fury in my Arena attack. Sometimes it's better to use Kang. Now, obviously in Cosmic Crucible, you're going to want to use him on the Masters of Evil in that team. Currently, in the current season that we're in, Masters of Evil smashed the Wakandans in Room 6. But if you're outside of Cosmic Crucible, well, Arena is where he's very versatile. The raids is where he's very versatile. On the 2nd and 3rd nodes in the tech section of the Doom raids, well, some people are taking out Iron Man, putting Kang instead, and having much better success. So very versatile in the raids as well. And obviously in War, if you're not using him on a full Masters of Evil team, well, he's going to be a plug and play because of the dominance that he has. And even after this Masters of Evil team expires, I think Kang is still going to have a lot of value. So in my opinion, one of the top plug and play characters in Marvel Strike Force. Actually have him at the number 3 spot on this list. That is how good he is. Moving on with this list though, Shang-Chi, one of the best plug and play characters that I was using all over the place at one point. We've had some newer characters come to the game. He is kind of replaceable on that Secret Avengers team in the raids, but in other game modes, still very, very good. Probably not in Arena nowadays, unless maybe you're in Arena shard without Apocalypse, but I'm using him all the time in Cosmic Crucible. kind of pigeonholed to that Heroes for a Hire team on defense in war, but very, very versatile character. Is losing some value, actually having the number 9 spot right ahead of Emma. He gets this spot because I'm using him all the time in Cosmic Crucible, and it can fit on a variety of teams. Maybe as a backup skill character if you don't have your invaders fully built up. I'm still using him in a hybrid team with Secret Avengers and the invaders, but Shang-Chi, very, very good character. Strong ultimate, reducing the speed bar, damaging the enemies, and that is always great in a turn-based game. Anything that you could reduce the speed of your enemies, giving you more turns, giving them less turns, is going to be very, very beneficial to you. Next character is another one of the arena characters. Now, I'm not using him in my primary attack team, but I know there's a lot of people that instead of Kang or Nick Fury are slotting Dr. Doom into that 5th spot for arena attack and are doing very well with him. He's an annoying nuisance on arena defense if you don't have a way to ability block him, or if you hit him a little too early and he does his big ultimate. Very, very strong character. And I actually have him listed as the number 4 most versatile character in the game right now. Dominant, like I said, in arena, or used in arena, very good in the raids. He does have that double tag, that tech tag, and that mystic tag, so can help you in a couple different sections. Always find a use for him in Cosmic Crucible pretty much every day because of that big move that he does. If you put him behind a Red Guardian and maybe a Red Hulk gets his health down to 50%, he's going to bring that back up, and you're going to get a bunch of double taps and a bunch of extra big AoE attacks from Dr. Doom. So very, very good character. Is still very, very strong. Like I said, I have him in a number 4 spot. Moving on, though, it is Dormammu, the big bad of Dark Dimension 5. He's got revive once for all of his allies. He's got a big stun. He's got a big cleanse. I mean, pretty much the big high turn of the battle is that ultimate. If you get his ultimate to go off, you're probably going to win, unless you're facing like some kind of mirror match with another Dormammu. If he gets killed before his ultimate, then it's a crapshoot depending on who you built in. Very, very good character. If you don't already have him unlocked through Dark Dimension yet, I would go back and unlock him because he's very, very good and still used today. I actually have him in the number 1 most versatile spot, most versatile character in the game, in my opinion, because he doesn't have a solid team. He doesn't have his team built around him. You're fitting him onto these other teams and works very, very well in a variety of teams. So Dormammu, my opinion, gets that number 1 spot. Moving on with this list, it is Kestrel, the first original character of Marvel Strike Force. Now, I still am using her skill section. I find that my combo of Secret Avengers and Invaders works a little better than where I have my Invaders built up right now, just Invaders alone. Kestrel still offers a lot of value, even outside of the raids. Cosmic Crucible, I'm using her every day in some combination. I'm using her all the time, or every single trial. I'm also using her in war all the time as well. And she hasn't really been an arena character for a little while now, but is still a very, very good character, and maybe is an important character in your arena shard if you don't have Apocalypse and some of these Tangled Web characters. I have her coming in the number 8 spot, or the most versatile character in Marvel Strike Force. Moving on, Spider-Weaver, the last character we're going to talk about, and I have her as the 6th most versatile character in Marvel Strike Force. If you have been playing for a while, you should already have her at 7 gold stars with that era sent out 4,000 Weaver shards to pretty much everyone that is strike past 2 and above at that time. So very, very good character. Her charged mechanic is so annoying. They're kind of a staple in room 5 on defense right now in Cosmic Crucible. But very, very bad character if you don't deal with her correctly. If you get into that Weaver loop of her doing her stun and getting all these charges, and you have to go through a bunch of charges to get to be able to attack her, well, it could be a very bad loop if you don't have the proper characters that have these unavoidable attacks. Weaver, very, very good. She has abilities that your characters cannot be revived, so kind of countering herself. Now, I think that she's a great offense Crucible character. I don't have the Tangled Web and Eternals in room 5 on defense. I actually use them to attack the Tangled Web. So she's a very versatile character. If you don't have Apocalypse, she's still going to be very important in the arena meta. She's still a great character in the raids as well with that Mystic tag. all the time, using her in Cosmic Crucible, and is very, very good in War as well. That is the list, but let's talk about some honorable mentions. There were some characters that are very, very good that we did not mention on this list. One of them is Silver Surfer, still a very, very good plug-and-play character. Would probably be 11 on this list if it went down to 11. Obviously, we got to talk about Nobu. Nobu can die, and his passive is still very, very strong enough to still revive characters even after he's dead. So Nobu, very, very good character. And if you're a newer player, I'm kind of being sarcastic with that. Don't build up Nobu. He's good on the Underworld team. Eternals are a very good duo. They're not necessarily a plug-and-play character, but a plug-and-play duo with the Eternals. Very, very good. Undying is a very strong duo as well. You can use them all over the place. And Dad Bros, you may want to use them in a full X Factor team, but Dad Bros still can work in certain content. Maybe not in all content, maybe not super versatile, but for a mid-game player, these Dad Bros are looking very, very strong. Plus, they are one of the required teams for Nova that is coming out. That is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful to you in deciding which characters to build and not build. I will see you guys next time. If you haven't already checked out some of the other videos, check out some of the other videos on the channel. Thanks for watching all the way. If you did enjoy this, give it a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.